Greetings, YouTube. Today is May 1st, a day to celebrate the workers of the world unite. In that vein, I'm going to link to an article printed by Fred Clark over on Slacktivist. Actually, it's a collection of links that talk about the class warfare that is being waged against the 99. And it's depressing, so I warn you, if you go look at this, it's going to make you feel very down about being in the 99 and about being a member of the serf class, and it's probably going to piss you off, which is kind of the point. You should be pissed off. Everyone watching this video should be pissed off. I don't imagine anyone watching my videos is a member of the 1%. But if you are, well, screw you! You're ruining the world! So, here's the links that I'm going to be talking about. For example, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, ranks the United States as 34th out of 35 for child poverty. Yeah, folks, we're only above Romania. Go USA. In factory life and generally in most of the service industries, the recession has shown business owners that if you put more work on fewer people, they will find a way to achieve it and they will do it. I know this. My company has about 60% of the people it used to have, and we make more parts now than we used to. Do you think the company's going to hire that 40% back? No. Those people are gone and they're not coming back. They're permanently out of the job market as far as my company's concerned. And that's the thing that's going on everywhere in industry. So the recession was really good for the 1%. Funny about that. Okay, the average income from 1966 to 2011, when you compensate for inflation, rose $59. 1966 to 2011, $60. And yet, the 1%ers, well, they've been reaping huge profits in that time. I mean, just monstrous profits. I've talked about that in the past. Of course, this is creating a permanent underclass, but, you know, they don't want to talk about that. 7 of the 10 largest occupations in the U.S. typically earn less than $30,000 a year. How's that American dream going for you, folks? How about that dream of the middle class, of a home and 2.5 kids and the white picket fence and a dog? Yeah, it's not going anywhere if you're earning less than $30,000 a year. Remember what George Carlin said, people? It's called the American dream, that you have to be asleep to believe it. According to some of the projections coming out of our current administration, America won't return to full employment until about 2018. Thank you, Conservatives of America, for creating the current recession. Because that's who did it. Conservatives of America gaming the system to benefit the 1% and harm the 99. Remember all those wonderful bailouts we gave to the corporations? Yeah, didn't help us much now, has it? Of course, we're talking about huge numbers of Americans that are going to be unemployed for a long time if they ever get a job again. Maybe in the next decade, who knows? Right now, the wealthy, or the 1%ers, are sitting on $4.75 trillion. Trillion dollars. $1.7 trillion in offshore accounts. Just sitting on it. They're not investing it. They're not building new factories or expanding new designs or hiring new people. But they could hire every single person currently unemployed in America for almost $400 grand a year and still have money left over. Of course, I'm not advocating that. I'm advocating we tax them on their wealth and take those trillions of dollars back from them. They didn't earn it, folks. We did. We created the wealth in this country. They are the parasites upon that wealth. What else do we have in here today? Oh yes, the fact that, you know, that we have never had anything other than a system gamed to favor the 1%ers. The wealthy have controlled the very structure of this nation from when the ink was still damp on the Declaration of Independence. When the Constitution was still being penned, the people who were in charge of this country were not elected officials. They were the power and money behind those elected officials. I actually had someone recently tell me on a thread here on YouTube that the government is creating the problem with corporations in America. That if we were to get all the regulations and all the government out of the way, corporations are the most absolutely democratic entities in the universe. How someone gets themselves into a level of cognitive dissonance like that, how they completely turn the world from black to white to up is down, war is peace, is mind-numbing. Corporations run this nation, and they make sure the laws benefit them over us. They make sure the government rubber stamps what they want. Our oil-producing companies, or oil acquisition companies, are the reason that we are at war in the Middle East. It has nothing to do with foreign policy, folks. It has to do with the fact that they want oil. So they're doing anything they can to make sure that our government gets them that oil, including killing hundreds of thousands of people and grinding our soldiers into meat. It's all about who's in charge, folks. It isn't the elected officials. 1 second. Oh yes, $3.5 billion in government and private student loans went bad in the first 3 months of 2013. More debt, folks. That's what we need. More ruined lives for educations that should be paid for by the public dollar. Oh yes, and there. Speaking of debt, Ohio is jailing people for failing to pay fines. That's debtor's prison, folks. A debtor's prison. You're being put in jail because you haven't paid money to the government. That's a jail, folks. That's at a state level for all you people out there that love state rights. Yeah, screw the state rights. And of course, we have the only system in the industrial world that allows families to go broke when a loved one gets sick. In America, if you get ill, you're screwed. We don't care what it does to you. We don't care in the least that it wipes you out financially and makes sure that your children will never have a higher education, that makes sure that you may lose your home and your car and everything else. We don't care. America is populated by barbarians who are more concerned with giving tax breaks to the aristocracy, which is what we have, folks. Everything in everything but name, they are the aristocracy. One of my British subscribers mentioned that to me the other day, and he's correct. That our 1% in everything but name are an aristocracy. And we are their serfs. And in America, if you get ill, if you have a crippling illness, you're done. Your life is over. And no one cares. Oh, the private charities will take care of it. No, they don't. The private charities don't take care of it. They fail to take care of the American people by a factor, I think, 29-1. We need to make sure that we the people take care of we the people. That we the people is the 99. We the people is not the 1% parasites. So yes, this is a video all about making sure that we take care of each other. That we make sure the wealth that we create remains in our control and not in control of the parasites at the top, at the aristocracy. We need to bring them down. We need to drag them out of their castles and tell them no more. That the wealth shall be shared between all of us. It shall not be yours alone. Of course, this makes me a dirty, filthy socialist commie. Funny thing is, I'm not a commie. Maybe socialist. But I believe that the wealth that we create should be ours. And that's a radical concept in America. That you actually get to keep what you make. That if we take care of each other, if we have a progressive wealth tax, we could take care of each other and make sure that no one ever went hungry or homeless or uneducated or became bankrupt when they got sick. We could do that for each other, but we don't. And the question is, why